Hello friends, welcome to JavaEE EJB JPA tutorial. Here we are starting a new subseries for entity 1 to n and n to 1 relation. That means 1 to many and many to 1 relation. So with this subseries we are concluding our EJP and JPA. And in the next subseries, we will move on to the next EJB concept. So in this first video, we will see the schema change for this example. This time, we are not going to create any new table. Instead, we will use tables from the pubs database. So here we are starting the new subseries. We can say it's a subseries 8. And when code snippet is shared, and we will be sharing the code snippet in the next coming subseries videos, and you can search for sample 8.x. So in all the subseries we follow the same notation. Here in subseries 7 we will be following the notation sample 7.x. Here for example, if you take, we will be using 6.x, 6.x in the sense 6.1, 2, 3 like that. So that way you will come to know the code is added as part of subseries 6 and code snippet sequence number. So that means we are adding the code in a sequence, and you can understand that by looking at this notation. Alright, now let us look at the DB tables for this example. So this is the table we are going to use from pubs database. The table name is employee. Then we will make use of jobs table also. So in this example, we will study 1 to many and many to 1 relation using employee and jobs table. So you can see the schema here. This is employee and this one is jobs. Both are from the pubs database. Here empid is forced to be in a specific format via check constraint. So here is the empid. This is a key field, and you can see that in employee table empid is the key, and in the jobs table job id is the key. So this one is a auto generated one with seed 1 and step 1. That means it will go as a sequential number, but this one is calculated at runtime, and there is a check constraint also, and the check constraint will check for a specific format in the empid. When we go to the JPA coding, that time we will add a piece of code to keep the empid in a specific format. So that means by this time you may be assuming that we will not use the auto generated annotation here. Why? Because here auto generation will not work, because we have separate way of generating this ID. Here auto generation will work. Why? Because it's a generated field with initial or seed 1 and step 1. So empid is forced to be in a specific format on the employee table. The job ID is a sequential number and auto generated with 1 to 1. I mean 1 1. That means seed 1 and step 1. Many employee records in employee table can map to a single row in the jobs table. So here if you see, the join will be based on this job ID here. So many employee in the sense, if you take this table there may be multiple rows, right? Row 1, row 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you see some rows, let's say this is one group and these three one group. So this group of employees, that means 4 records, can point to single job ID. Similarly, here second group of employees in the employee table can point to a specific job ID, say Y. And by looking at here, many records pointing to one record in job ID. Similarly here, many record G2 group. G2 means 1, 2, 3. 3 records pointing to one specific job ID. Say for example, sales rep and editor, right? Job title. So 4 employees belongs to sales rep, 3 employees belong to editor. So this forms many to one relation. Many employee records in employee table can map to a single row in the jobs table. So this defines many to one. For a given job title, that means here we are looking at in the reverse order. For a given job ID, given job ID in the sense here we take sales rep. For a given job title, there will be many employees. If we move in this direction, one record X is pointing to 4 employees, let's say the G1 group. That means the relation can be moved from left to right or from right to left. Left to right, if you see employee to jobs, many employee records, n number of employee records can point to single row in the job. Similarly, if we take it here, one job can point to multiple employees in the employee table. So if you look here, many to one, and if you look in the reverse direction, one to many. So that's what here we are saying. For a given job title, there will be many employees. That ends up with one to many relation. So now let's look at the schema. So here is our database. So as part of the JPA tutorial, we already provided a link to set up this PUBs database, or you can do a web search and see how to set up PUBs and Northwind database to our database engine. So this is the employee table and this is the job table. So we will be using these two tables for this 11-part subseries. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.